Today, we're not talking turkey as we hit up hens for this idea for Thanksgiving dinner. Brandy Glazed Cornish Hens, in fact, which we're making with a Wild Rice Pilaf. I'm Jeff Philbin. This is Dinner DeeAs. Back with us once again is Pitmaster Chad Ward. He runs Whiskey Bet Barbecue in Lakeland. Bring it in, my good man. Come on, dude.
Once again.
I am so happy to see you because now, like, the season of, like, Thanksgiving, I've got a lot to be thankful for because you're here inside the Dinner DeeAs kitchen.
Well, thank you.
I'm really stoked for this one here because Chad, to you, might be better known for his legendary grilling expertise. He even appeared on TV a couple of years back making Thanksgiving dinner right on the grill. But not today, my friends. We're staying indoors to make his Apricot Brandy Glazed Cornish Hens and Wild Rice Pilaf. Like, this just right here is a fun celebration.
It absolutely is. Not everybody has a 10, 12 person family, needs a big old spread. So, hey, let's show them something you can make simple at home, doesn't take all day. And once again, what's the holidays about? Sitting down with family and friends and enjoying a great meal.
Absolutely. And depending on how you have, like, who's coming to the table, it's scalable. So you could be able to double it up. And, you know, you got one for me, I've got one for you. You can have another one for another group. You got variety now to actually have some fun, too.
Absolutely. I love it.
All right. How do we get started? What do we need to do here?
Well, first off, we want to brine these. You know, obviously, brining is going to add a lot more flavor and a lot more moisture.
I absolutely love it. Folks, like, the brine, don't undervalue how important a brine really is to a bird of any form.
Yep.
You really want to penetrate in and get that flavor.
Yeah, and for me, you know, people always talk about brining versus injecting. I feel like brining just goes further, you know, as far as gets more penetration.
Well, it's like sometimes the injection is just kind of that quick hit of what that is versus like, whoa, this is truly just changed that flavor profile and really for the better.
Yeah, and so we used our Whiskey Bet the Dunk Brine.
Okay.
It's cold water soluble, one of the few ones out there, but if you can't find it or don't have it, just a simple salt brine.
Okay, simple salt brine.
Yep.
Okay.
So we mix that up there pretty well, so we have it ready to go. Now we got to have something to put in the brine, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons I got into barbecue was this term, spatchcock. I mean, that's just fun.
It's just kind of is fun. Like, who doesn't want to say it's spatchcock? I mean, like, literally, like, let's just, you know, we should have a counter right now on the corner of the screen to be like, spatchcock. You said it how many times today?
I love it.
All right.
So we want to go around here to the backbone.
Okay, so spatchcocking is taking the backbone out, so that way then you can lay it flat onto your cooking surface, and it will cook in an even time frame. So
absolutely, and I always tell people you kind of got this what I call tail here.
Okay.
And that's your telltale sign, pun intended.
So right here, this right here is that tail. So that's really where you want to start that first break here, and we've got kitchen shears to kind of
find shears over knives. A lot of guys use knives, and I just do better with the shears. Especially on a smaller item like this.
Is it because it's just like it's a little bit more delicate to work with and you can kind of work around some of those areas here?
And then I tell people, once you've got it open like that, especially if you haven't spatchcocked a lot, just go ahead and turn it.
Okay.
And then that way you can completely see the other side. So you're not getting into...
So right there for you, just to be able to take all that spine out. That's what we're taking.
And then the other piece that we want to do is, once we get this out, we'll notice it still doesn't want to sit all the way flat.
Mm-hmm.
So right here, after we get the backbone out, this is the xiphoid process, just like we have on our sternum.
Mm-hmm.
So just gonna take.
And now, like, say for instance for me, like where I just have a little bit more, this is also your quality control point, because if you still see that, go right ahead, folks. Yep. Take that off, so make sure you got it all completely gone.
Yep, love it.
Okay.
And once we do that, we can just kind of push down, and you can see how that whole breastbone breaks.
I think I already had mine kind of already there and broken. So,
boom.
Very good.
So then we're just gonna flip those bad boys over so we can see what we're working with there.
Okay.
We've got our brine built, so now we're gonna come over, get us a couple of bags here, drop our birds in.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah, they're about to get real flavorful.
And then what can you do with the leftovers here?
Do
you save it? Do you make a broth with it at some point?
You could definitely cook that down in a broth. You could use it in a gravy if you were going to do a little gravy for something. Absolutely.
Folks, don't throw it away. Save it because you can make so much with this. And to grab the recipe for Chad's Glazed Cornish Hens, go to dinnerdeeas.com. We have the recipe for all of our ideas for Thanksgiving from this week. And you can watch the shows over again if you missed them or need to rewatch on the big day. So just scan that QR code to find us, which translated for everyone watching over the age of 12 means Open the camera up on your phone as if you're about to take a photo and zoom in on the TV. That box down in the corner of the screen, a link to us will appear right on your phone. All right, so you just took that. Now we're going into the fridge. You put a, what are we doing now? How long is this going to sit there? What's going on there?
So whether it be Cornish hens or turkeys or chickens, I always find when you're brining poultry, 1 pound, 1 hour.
Okay.
So these are about 2 pound Cornish hens. So these are going to be about 2 hours. If you get to 4, not a killer. You just don't want to do these babies overnight because you're gonna salt preserve them.
A little bit too much on that one.
Yes.
So the rule of thumb that you're saying, 1 pound, 1 hour. That's really kind of healthy. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we want to rinse these off because the brining process obviously uses salt to bring that moisture and flavor. Well, the salt stays outside. So we want to get that salt rinsed off, patted dry, and we're going to get back to work.
Awesome.
All right. So just going to wash this off here.
And then with the rinsing, you just want to just do that. Just a simple rinse.
Yep. Nothing too crazy. And then we'll jump.
Now, one thing that I've noticed too is that you use the bag for the brine inside the bowl. For you, what does that do for you?
One, it keeps me from getting in trouble with brine leaking in the fridge if it were to so happen.
Okay.
But two, it also just kind of helps make sure they stay submerged, right?
Okay.
So to me, that way we want to make sure that brine is working the whole time. I'm going to give you a couple paper towels there, Jeff.
Okay.
And once again, we're just wanting to pat this down, get them nice and dry, because remember, if we don't get these nice and dry, it's going to steam more than brown in the oven.
Okay. What are you doing next?
We're going to make ourselves a little seasoning to go over the top. So we've got our olive oil, we've got some herbs, and now we're going to add some of our bird seasoning, which is nice and savory and built for poultry.
I love it because you're going to have a nice little bit of some salt behind that onion behind that. You're also going to bring some of the sugars too, so you have a little bit of that sweetness behind it. So I think this is going to be kind of fun.
And then we're just going to spread this out across the hen here.
Okay. Do you like to massage it in
Just
and work
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just give it a little
coating.
A little coating and love here. Get down below them bad boys.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll tuck the wings too, because this is about to go in our preheated 200. There we go.
Now you got this going for a hot oven here too, my friend.
Yes, we're going 425. Couple of things. One, we want that browning effect.
Okay.
Two, we want that nice crisp skin.
Okay.
And these are small, Jeff, so we don't want to take too big a chance of them drying out on us.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So let's go 425.
425. While our birds are gonna bake, we're taking a break. When we come back, these wild and crazy guys will be making wild rice pilaf ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Pitmaster Chad Ward is with us again today from Whiskey Bet Barbecue in Lakeland with his idea for a meal you might want to make 1 week from now, his Thanksgiving idea for dinner. Apricot Brandy Glazed Cornish Hens, which we're making with a wild rice pilaf, which we're about to start on. Before the break, we made a simple brine, whisking Chad's very own dunk brine, seasoning with water, then spatchcock the hens. Yep, put that one on the checklist of how many times we're saying spatchcock today. And you can watch the episode over again if you missed it, because with some sharp kitchen shears, anyone can do it. Then we use a Ziploc bag to brine them in, putting them into the fridge, and your rule of thumb is 1 hour per pound.
Yes, sir.
Easy enough. We got some that we did earlier, gave them a good rinse, patted them dry, and then coated them in a mix of olive oil, some of Chad's The Bird seasoning, and herbes de Provence. Put them breast side up on a sheet pan, got them into a very hot oven at 425, and that's really going to be just about an hour that's going to have to really kind of cook for.
30 minutes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
They're
it.
so small
Half of an
and
hour.
easy.
All right. So while we've got that going, we're getting a little bit of a spritz over here. I'm getting a little steam bath over here.
Yeah, I was actually over here while you were talking. I was just kind of letting the pores take it in.
I just take it in just a little bit, get a little bit going in. So what do we have going on
right here, we have our chicken broth, we have our bay leaf, we have our bundle of thyme, and now we add in our rinsed wild rice.
Now, wild rice, like what's going on there?
So to me, it just gives it a little bit more variety, a little more flavor, and just to me, kind of the extra color makes it just more festive.
It totally does have, because you're going to have just a little bit more, just the rusticness, that feeling of the holidays.
Yes.
Visit DinnerDeeAs.com to grab and print the recipe and watch the show whenever you're ready to start cooking. Just scan the QR code in the corner of the screen to find us. All right, so our butter's melted down here. What's got to go in next?
Let's hit those with the carrots.
Okay, all in?
Yes, sir. And the same with the onions. And a big pinch of salt, if you don't mind. And then we're just going to mix that up. And
what are we looking for? How long?
We're just wanting them to soften.
Okay.
So we don't have to go with the full translucent, because this is going to cook with our rice a little bit more too.
And also probably because of that, you want a little bit more of that texture behind it too.
Yes, you do. You want, that's the thing. You don't want this dish to eat one note, right? Once again, the reason behind the wild rice, the different textures, adding the vegetables, different crunch elements, those type of things that you'll keep that adventure going in your mouth.
Keep the adventure going, but also know that we do have to take another quick break. But when we come back, the adventures pick up. It's time to break out the booze, because what better adventure is that?
Holidays, baby.
As we bring the brandy and make the glaze for our hens ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chad Ward is my guest today. He runs Whiskey Bent Barbecue in Lakeland and is a master of all things pit, but here to bring us an idea for Thanksgiving dinner. His Apricot Brandy Glazed Cornish Hens, which we're serving with a Wild Rice Pilaf. Before the break, we got our pilaf prepped, heating up chicken broth with bay leaves and a bundle of fresh thyme, added some rinsed wild rice, covering the pan and reducing the heat to let it simmer for about 40 minutes. Then we melted some butter, because all things start good with butter.
Delicious.
You need it because it's delicious. And we cooked some carrots and onions in that butter, and during the break, we added white rice to it, and you've just been toasting it just to kind of, and you could see some of that texture changing, because we were talking about that just a moment ago. Now you got some colors, now you're gonna have on some beautiful flavors before liquid.
Yes, so we're gonna get a little bit of, we wanna bring this up to a boil, so we got some hot water off the kettle here. Boom. And now we're gonna throw in a little bit of thyme.
Love it.
Put that there. And now
we just let that boil.
We're gonna let that boil for a sec. And
okay.
Let's think a little bit about our glaze to go on our hens.
I love this. So what do we got going on over here? What do we need to do?
So apricot glaze. So first, let's start with the apricot. Thank you, sir. So we'll get that in there. The next part of that dressing, I believe we've been selling pretty hard of this glaze, is the brandy.
The brandy.
Generous portion of brandy.
You know, I like the fact that brandy's getting a little bit of some time here to be able to shine here.
I feel like brandy, kind of only gets that love during the holidays. So you better hit it hard.
You gotta just go all in and dial it in.
Bourbon, you get the other 11 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Brandy, you get to mix with everything.
It's a special time for you to shine.
Yes.
A little Dijon mustard, it looks like.
Little Dijon, little touch of cayenne. Give it a little kick.
Okay.
And let's finish up with some brown sugar.
All right, very cool. Take that spoon over here.
Yes, sir.
Going all in here?
All in. All right, boom, perfect. And now we're just gonna mix that. Let it kind of do its thing. And then what we're gonna do is this is gonna go about 15 minutes, just so we can make sure we cook down all that alcohol.
Love it. And to make this rice dish and the glazed hens, grab Chad's recipes for everything over at our website, DinnerDeeAs.com. We have it ready to print with all the ingredients and the amounts. Just scan the QR code to find us on your phone while you watch.
I'm gonna add a little bit of dried cranberries in here.
If you make this for your Thanksgiving dinner or dinner any night, we want to see how you liked it. Take a photo and email it to dinnerdeeas@fox.com. That's what Nancy did. She's watching in St. Pete. Hi, Nancy. She made the chicken and biscuits recipe shared by Chad Ward last time he was here. She said she used a delicious croissant instead. Great, quick, and easy meal. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that was your dish right there with a viewer coming in and doing that.
A simple weeknight meal that's just tasty.
Nancy, you are a rock star, my friend. But it is time for us to take one last break. When we come back, how to plate it all up to impress your guests before the arguments about politics. I mean, let's get the popcorn ready for that one. It's all coming up ahead on Dinner DeeAs. back to Dinner DeeAs. We're spending the week getting you ready for Thanksgiving, and today's idea is easy and economical. And there's no giant turkey going to waste, as we're making Apricot Brandy Glazed Cornish Hens and Wild Rice Pilaf, thanks to my guest Chad Ward from Whiskey Bent Barbecue in Lakeland.
Just riching that baby up here at the end.
And this is also going to bring a little bit more viscosity because you had all the sugars, you had the preserves, so the butter's going to thin it out a little bit so it has that beautiful means to kind of spread.
Yes. And then, if you don't mind, you help me just get that mixed in there.
I will certainly do that.
I'm going to go and mix our rices. So we're going to get rid of these bay leaves. And we've got our bundle of thyme. And we will go ahead and get the wild rice in there. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, like, it's just becoming much richer behind this now.
Yes, look at that. I mean, that color is amazing. We grab our other rice here, our white rice.
Oh yeah, this butter's now melted in.
And go ahead and work that in.
Look at that. Look at that rice. I love rice.
You know, it's great. It's just when it's cooked right. You know what I mean? I've
had
some
exactly.
bad rice.
You've had some bad rice. Well, what about a glaze? You think, you know?
Ooh.
Try this one here, my friend.
All right.
Got you there.
I'll tell you, old boy, if that's wrong, I don't want to be right. Woo!
I want to live in that right now.
Oh my gosh.
I want to live in that. I just want to go swimming in it because you've got the velvetiness now that came through from that butter that just kind of coats the palate. You've got the apricot that is just a dominant. It's not too sweet. It just has that like cling behind it all.
Yeah, it gives enough sweet that you know you're eating holiday, but it's not overdone. The other thing I like there too is you just, once you get past the sweet, you got that little bit of savory punch too that I think is going to go so well with the poultry.
And like, again, we were saying it, like, Brandy gets the shine this time of the year.
Yeah.
Like, this is the time where it's just like, pull it out of the cabinet.
Yep.
You know, it's not like one of those things, because I know, like, I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, but like when, you know, I was a kid and you'd raid the cabinet and like, you know, you kind of pour back and be like, no one's going to notice. You know, Brandy gets the shine.
Yes, it does.
All
All right, see what you think.
Of the rice here?
See if we need any salt, pepper. We need to tighten that up at all. Pinch of salt.
A little bit. A little bit. But a little punch of that cranberry, you're saying. It gives that tartness behind it, but it's not like it takes over.
No.
I can't wait to try even like the carrots too.
Yes.
It's just like something that's just like that nugget of sweetness, a natural sweetness behind it too.
And then let's go ahead and add in our pecans, the little crunch element.
And so again, it comes back to what you're saying. Texture, texture, texture.
Yes.
I love that.
All right, I think we should give it one more taste with the
Now we've added a little bit more salt in there.
salt, a little touch of pepper.
And then you got, you know, now we're getting all these pecans kind of mixing in and filling in. I got like a big, I got a little bit of everything right here.
Oh.
The pecan, like you get a hint of it, but then also it's like it just plays like supporting cast member.
Yes,
like it's a supporting cast member. It's like I don't need to be the star of the show here.
Right. I'm here for the party, but I don't have to run it.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I love butter pecan ice cream, and you know what you're getting every single time that you're having butter pecan ice cream. This, not that. It just plays well. All right, now the star here.
Yes, look at those.
Look at that right there.
Woo.
Now,
All right.
they don't take too long to cook. You were saying 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Is all of that it needs. How do we know that it's really done and ready?
Oh, it you know, to me, I'll tell you, it's that temp, 165 degrees.
Okay, and folks, if you always want to make sure, here can be your guiding friend over here, my friends. You can always have an instant thermometer here just to kind of get that nice little bit to make sure you come up to it before it dries out here, making sure that it comes up to that temp. Look at that. Very nice. So rising, 160 and above, you're in that great zone right there.
Yes, and then we'll hit this with our glaze.
Oh, look at that.
I love it.
Now,
all right, I think all we got to do is
a little plating.
make a dish.
Let's do this.
Man, I'm so excited for Thanksgiving now.
This is the big game, man.
Yes,
when it
yes.
comes to Thanksgiving, this is where you just get the most excited about good food, good people, and you've got so much to be thankful for.
And just simple. I mean, we want to build just comforting, exciting plate here. So we're just going to go with some little bed of rice there.
And you get to celebrate with your loved ones, because my friends at home right now watching, I am thankful that I get to come into your home every single day. I am thankful that I get to bring incredible people like Chad Ward into your home every single day. And I am thankful that we get to share in great food like this every single episode. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you, my friends. And a special thanks to Chad Ward again. For another great idea for dinner, grab his recipes for all this and find a link to Whiskey Bet Barbecue at our website, dinnerdeas.com. I'm Jeff Philbin. You gotta get a fork and knife ready for this one, because we're going straight in for this one. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow with one more Thanksgiving idea for dinner. You won't want to miss it. As we call them, Dinner DeeAs.